You might think you know the story of the fallen angels, but deep within ancient texts like the Book of Enoch, there's a narrative far more dramatic, centered on a figure named Samyaza. He wasn't just a fallen angel, he was the leader of the Watchers, celestial beings whose choices dramatically rerouted the course of ancient human history. The story starts not with rebellion, but with a descent. The Watchers came down to Earth, and Samyaza, anticipating the massive, irreversible consequence of their actions, made a choice. He convinced 200 other Watchers to join him in a forbidden pact. Picture this. On the desolate peak of Mount Hermon, they bound themselves to a single plan to bridge the gap between the celestial and the human worlds. This isn't just a footnote. This moment is cited as one of the greatest turning points in all of biblical history. This illicit union led directly to the rise of the Nephilim, the legendary giants mentioned even in the book of Genesis as the mighty men of old. But these weren't heroes. According to ancient records, these beings were an immense burden on the world. They possessed staggering size and power, but they exhausted the planet's resources and plunged humanity into total chaos and disorder. But the Watchers did more than just change human biology. They introduced what ancient texts call forbidden secrets. Samyaza and his associates became humanity's most dangerous teachers. They introduced metallurgy, teaching people how to forge weapons of war. They introduced the arts of vanity and cosmetics. Samyaza himself is specifically credited with sharing the secrets of enchantments and the deep mysteries of the natural world. Think about it. These teachings are believed to be the very origin of the occult and esoteric traditions that flourished in ancient civilizations. From the powerful Heka magic used by the pharaohs in Egypt to the legends of the Anunnaki in Mesopotamia, the influence of these fallen teachers spread like wildfire across the ancient world. To restore balance to the escalating chaos, the divine response was massive and multifaceted. First, the prophet Enoch was sent to offer the Watchers a chance at repentance, but they stubbornly refused to change their destructive ways. Then, the Nephilim themselves began turning on one another, leading to a brutal internal conflict that tore their world apart. The final decisive response was the Great Flood. The deluge was sent to cleanse the world of the widespread corruption and absolute disorder. Only Noah, who had kept himself and his family separate from the chaos and forbidden knowledge of that era, was spared. The story doesn't quite end there, though. While the physical forms of the giants were destroyed, ancient traditions maintain that their spirits remained, transitioning into the shadows that haunt our world today. Ultimately, the story of Samyaza is a powerful and sobering cautionary tale about the immense responsibility that comes with knowledge and the devastating consequences of overstepping divine boundaries. Hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Do you think the influence of the Watchers is still felt in the world today?